Now that there is a new Captain America in town, I think there will also be some new challenges along the way. Ones that will make or break the new iteration of Captain America and what the mantle stands for. Something Sam Wilson will have to deal with now that he has some big shoes to fill. Which is why I decided to take a first look into the fourth Captain movie, and I'll tell you all about it. Enjoy! When everyone thought it would be the end for the character of Captain America, the Disney Plus series, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, brought to us Steve Rogers' successor, Anthony Mackie's Sam Wilson. And even though he was the one to get passed on the shield from Steve at the end of Avengers Endgame, the series played with the notion of whether it should be Sam Wilson or Bucky to take on the mantle. However, by the end of the series, we got to see Sam Wilson's take on the character, which was a clear indication that yet another Captain America movie will be coming. And in today's world, we even know the official title of the movie as well: Captain America: New World Order, a title that hints towards where the story of the movie could go, and with some confirmed details about the movie, and some speculations from my side. Let's dive right in and see where things stand with the fourth Captain America movie. The first news regarding the movie came through 2022's Comic-Con, where the upcoming Anthony Mackie standalone movie was probably the biggest reveal of the event, and for quite some time it was only him that was confirmed for the movie, which was more than enough for the fans at that point. However, in the present, there are more actors who have been confirmed of coming to the MCU, both old and new, all through the events of Captain America: New World Order. But before I dive deeper into what the title means, what the movie could be about, or even the cast side of things, let's talk about the movie's release and when it could hit the big screen. The official release date for the movie, as it stands, is scheduled to be the 3rd of May 2024. Not exactly in the near future, but it will be the second to last movie that will mark the end of MCU's Phase 5, only allowed by the likes of the Thunderbolts movie, an organization to which Captain America is heavily connected to. Unlike Phase 4 of the MCU, there seems to be a well-established connection between many of the projects that follow each other, with the stories in both projects being connected very closely between the two, something that will be the case with these two movies. Thus, I don't think there will be any shifts regarding the release date of the movie. Despite it being a year and a half away, the start of MCU's Phase 5 will be marked through the upcoming Ant-Man Quantumania that will hit theaters on February 17, 2023. And I think it will be that movie that will start to build the plot points for the entire Phase 5 of the MCU, with Sam Wilson's movie adding yet another plot thread in the so-called multiverse saga. As for the title side of things, it looks like it could lead to a setup for the return of the Red Skull, a character that we last saw during the events of Avengers: Infinity War. In Marvel Comics, the New World Order storyline is the name of the organization that is formed by Red Skull himself, who lures the Hulk into his base in the Amazon jungle, where he is captured by the Juggernaut to be brainwashed. The Hulk is then rescued by Avengers Black Knight from Red Skull's mental control during the ensuing battle. However, Red Skull makes it appear as though the members of his organization hit that like button just like you should if you haven't done so already. But no, in all seriousness, that the members of the New World Order organization in fact crash-landed nearby. But in reality, the truth is that they meet in secret under the base, where they plot their next move. Apart from Red Skull and Silvermane, the identities of the other members of the organization are never revealed, something that gives a strange satisfaction to the fans, not only because of the mysterious side of the organization, but also because of Marvel's untied hands as to which members they could potentially put in the organization in MCU's iteration of it. Some believe that the real meaning behind the title is simply Red Skull's return, despite the fact that he was last seen in Vormir as the Guardian of the Soul Stone, something that looks unlikely to happen given the circumstances. However, considering how deep into the multiverse the MCU will dive in, nothing is impossible. Thus, it would not be surprising to see Red Skull somehow relieved of his guardianship of Vormir, and him returning to Earth to wreak havoc in the upcoming movie. And even though the team behind the first new Captain America movie since Civil War has kept a tight lid on the plot, speaking of Malcolm Spellman of course, at the top of things, The movie is likely to dive deeper into the socio-political themes, while Sam Wilson is navigating the machinations of a clandestine organization that is possibly even worse than Hydra. The plot of the movie is probably the least known thing about this movie. However, there are some characters that might give you a clearer picture as to where the events of the movie will be headed. And with that in mind, let's see which cast members have been confirmed to be part of the movie. Outside of Anthony Mackie's Sam Wilson, aka Captain America, the movie will also see the debut of Harrison Ford's General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, about whom I will talk about in just a second, and Blake Nelson's Samuel Stern, aka The Leader. The cast for the movie also includes the likes of Danny Ramirez, a colleague of Sam from the Air Force, who is confirmed to take on the mantle of the Falcon in Sam's place, now that he is Captain America, with Carl Lumbly, yet another cast member returning from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series. He'll be in the role of Isaiah Bradley, a survivor of the Black American Soldier Squad, who in the 1950s were told that they had been given a tetanus shot, but were rather injected with a recreated version of the super soldier serum. Shira Haas is one of the newest additions to the cast in the role of mutant spy Sabra, a character who is the Israeli counterpart of Steve Rogers. The one character missing is Sebastian Stan's Bucky, who has yet to be confirmed if he is going to smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. However, on the more serious side of things, whether he is going to return to the role for the upcoming movie or not, and if he is not returning in the movie, well, it will be the first solo Captain movie without him in there. The biggest casting news for the movie is surely the aforementioned Harrison Ford stepping into the role of General Thaddeus Ross, which has rekindled rumors of the Red Hulk debuting in MCU Phase 5. And when you look at the big picture, the entire thing is understandable, as Marvel must have something big planned for the character in the near future. For instance, one of the most highly anticipated story arcs that would see Thaddeus Ross' transformation into Red Hulk, and him running his version of the Thunderbolts. And the fact that the fourth Captain America movie comes just before the Thunderbolts is just another detail that this story arc could get adapted into the live action, and Ford taking on a more central role as Ross in the upcoming events at the end of Phase 5 of the MCU. The other big thing about the movie is Tim Blake Nelson Stearns, aka The Leader, who will be returning from 2008's The Incredible Hulk movie, and who will probably be the villain of the movie, which seems to be a sure thing, especially now since the organization he is mostly associated in the Marvel Comics, the Intelligentsia, has already made its debut in the MCU in the She-Hulk Disney Plus series, an organization he will likely make it his own in the near future, something that has already been played out in the comics. Whatever the case may be, I am more than certain that this Captain America movie will blow the roof, not in the literal sense, but in that it will be a huge spectacle and a movie that will mark the end of MCU's Phase 5 and show us exactly why the project has been placed where it is right now. See you in the next video.